Hey everyone, welcome to my podcast, or welcome back if you've been here before. Pretty happy to have you here. Each week you can join me here as I review the topic of the week from my weekly collaboration at Delish. And each week we have a different topic that touches on many aspects of our lives, and I feel it'll touch anybody, no matter what their venture is in life, if they're self-employed, entrepreneur, working in a corporation, etc. I think there's just a little bit for everyone. So I'd like to dive right in. Let's get to this week's topic of the week. Hello, welcome. This week we're talking about how to nurture community, specifically to increase productivity and build business. Back in 2022, I decided to close my real estate brokerage. For those of you who don't know, I had a real estate brokerage called the Urban Farmhouse Realty Inc. It was an independent brokerage, just kind of a boutique brokerage. I didn't have any agents with me. It was just me. And I decided to close it after I had it open for about 3 years, and move my company to another brokerage called EXP Realty. And I decided to do it just because I was kind of spinning my wheels a little bit. I didn't feel like I was getting to where I wanted to be. And the model that this new brokerage had matched pretty well with what I thought I wanted, the direction that I wanted to go, the resources that they had, etc. I was kind of feeling a little bit stalled in my business. I just wasn't excited about it anymore. It was a bit stale, even a bit boring. And like I said, I was kind of spinning my wheels. What I didn't realize is that once I got TXP, what I didn't realize is that what I was really missing, or how I felt, was that I felt really alone. I didn't have a community. I didn't have like-minded individuals to bounce ideas off of, or collaborate with in different aspects. And when I came over, I started to build this community for myself, starting with agents that were within the company, and really started to blossom because I now had all these individuals around me that wanted to lift me up and help me do better, and believed in me, um, and helped me just expand and grow. And now, a year and a half later, I can see that that's what I was missing when I had my own company. Um, and now I couldn't imagine not having it. So yesterday when we were having coffee, we kind of talked about, there's kind of two people. There's those who don't realize that they don't have it, and that was me. And then there's those who had it and, let's say, lost it and realized immediately that it was gone. One of the other agents that was there talked about how she used to have different communities with her children, and she homeschooled her kids. And that community, once the kids went to school, she didn't have that community anymore, and how she realized that, that was something that she really relied on and missed in a good way. So now is trying to build new communities so that she can replace that bit that she's lost. Some of the things that I love about community, the community that I've built, this one in particular, within my company with EXP, and ultimately my weekly meetings, coffee dates, at Delish, is that they just make me feel really good about myself. Just being around other people and talking about things, and realizing that, as you're talking about different topics, how I'm not alone, how some of the things that I'm going through, others are going through. And, it just makes me feel really good to be able to express those things around my peers, people that I trust, people I respect, and how it just feels really good. And then there's the other piece of how that feeling and that expansion helps me grow as a person, helps me grow in my business, helps me try new things or do things different ways, or just grow and expand. So it's pretty win-win situation all around to have that community that I built and continue to build. But there's other communities that you can build as well. It doesn't just have to be, around work or this specific community that I built for myself. You can have communities around things, your children's activities, as an example. So, hockey is a huge community. Anybody who's got kids in hockey can probably attest to how that is a huge community. You go to the rink and everybody knows everybody, and you help each other in some manners. Say your kid, you can't get your kid to hockey that day, carpool, or you know they outgrew their equipment, and you can get some from somebody else, and it's just a wonderful community there. And having that support in that community is essential. If you ask anybody who has children in hockey, just because it's a big commitment. So if you didn't have that community around you, it would be very hard to want to be there week in and week out. I have another community that I built for myself with Brielle's School. I'm the chair of the SEC, so the School Community Council. So I'm at the school quite a bit for that and volunteering. So I've kind of created a bit of a community there amongst the administration and the teachers and the other parents. And I love that because I get to be a part of Brielle's schooling and education, and just ensure that, the path that she's taking is supported and wonderful. So I definitely have a community there, and I love that community a lot. You can have communities online. So there's definitely like Facebook groups and different communities online that you can belong to, which can be really supportive. It could be anything. It could be a hobby. Like I like bird watching. It seems really strange for me, but I do. I love bird watching. So there's different groups online that I belong to, so that you can, talk about the things that interest you, and just have a safe environment to learn and grow in whatever that area is. So the bird watching, or it could be mental health, parenting, different other types of hobbies, whatever that might be for you. Um, you can have communities within the company that you work for or with. Like for me, EXP, I definitely have a community within that. There's a few mortgage brokers at my coffee date, and they have the community with their company. If you're in a corporation, you'll have the people that you take your coffee breaks with or whatnot. People within your team or within your area within the organization might be a part of your community, and that's great in that you can have people that are in the same situation in work as you to be able to bounce ideas off of, or get help with, or um, guidance from in different situations. There's also communities around activities for yourself. Like say you go to the gym, that would be a great community to build. Could be if you do any type of like say kickboxing or judo or um, spin classes, any of those things, you definitely will create community at things like that. If you're looking to build a community, like say you feel a void, and you just want to add something, it actually can be pretty easy, because we as humans, believe it or not, crave interaction with other people. We're very social, and whether you're introverted or extroverted, I believe that you will crave some sort of human interaction. So if you find yourself feeling like, oh, I'd really love to meet so and so, or I'd really like to join something, but you're a bit afraid to do so because, oh, maybe they don't want me there, or I'm not sure about it, just know that people really do want to interact with other people. And believe it or not, they most people are very inviting, I guess is where I'm going with that. I think about my coffee things at Delish. I love it when people message me. Like I had happened this week. I had somebody message me out of the blue going, hey, I see that you're at Delish all the time. I'd love to get together for coffee. And it's fantastic. Like I'm more than interested in having coffee with people that I've never met before and learning about new people. It excites me a lot to be able to do that. And when it just shows up on your doorstep, it feels really good. So don't be afraid to reach out to people and try and build community with them, because it feels really good when you receive something like that. So I guess you could maybe think of it as a gift, that by reaching out and wanting to interact with somebody, that you're gifting them that they're important enough to you to want to do that. And I'll be honest, it feels really good on the other end. So definitely don't be afraid to do that. And then lastly, just when building community and nurturing that community, it needs to feel good. It shouldn't feel forced when you're building a community. You might have to feel a little uncomfortable because maybe you're doing something you wouldn't normally do. Um, but you need to surround yourself with people that make you feel amazing, make you feel really good. Because if you're not wanting to go or not wanting to participate, that's not your people. That's not your community. You need to surround yourself with those that really do lift you up. And it might take some time, some trial and error, to find that right group of people that make you feel comfortable and awesome about yourself. But just know that once you find it, and once you build that community for yourself, it feels amazing, and you'll know that you've done it. And at the same time, though, know that your community is always growing. It's not really a static situation. You need to be careful that you don't get stuck in that static place. That you want to ensure that you are growing it. And then that kind of goes back to the conversation we had a few weeks ago about the comfort zone. Because if you create it and you make it static, and then you're going to get comfortable, and then you're going to feel a bit trapped. So just make sure that you don't get stuck in your comfort zone when you're also building your community. Anyway, so that was our conversation this week. It was great. Lots of different ideas on how to build a community. Really, the sky's the limit. If it interests you, it can be a community. It does not have to be in person. It can be virtual. It can be, you can have Zoom meetings, you can have Facebook groups, whatever that looks like for you. Heck, it could even be a weekly movie night, virtual movie night, which is a thing now. Whatever makes sense for you, but just know that building that community will make you feel good and help propel you in the right direction of wherever it is that you want to go. Well, that concludes our episode this week with our topic of the week. Thanks so much for being here. It really does mean a lot to me. If you haven't already, please subscribe or hit that follow button, as I'd love if you come back week to week. If you want to find more about me, you can find me on Instagram at RhondaLavoie_tough, on my website at theurbanfarmhousesaskatoon.com, and on Facebook at The Urban Farmhouse Saskatoon. Reach out anytime. I'd love to hear from you. And if you get a chance, leave a comment on this post. I really hope you have a marvelous day, and I can't wait to bring you an episode again next week. Take care.